INQuIRER.net's INQuest Vote 2013. With less than a month to go before the May 13 elections, candidates in the senatorial and local levels are gearing up for one final push. INQuest Vote 2013 will feature a series of interviews with senatorial candidates, but this time with a twist. Instead of the usual political issues, INQuest will take on the lighter side of things. For our guest today, we have reelectionist Senator Antonio Trillanes IV.
Can you tell us more about what we don't know about Senator Trillanes? How were you raised as a kid? How did your parents raise you? What do you value most in your life?
My father was also a PMA-graduate. He was from the Navy also, and my mother was a devout Catholic, and so we were raised in Catholic schools. I used to be an altar boy myself. So that's the background growing up. And of course, I was used to the environment of military camps. I stayed for a while inside the camp while I was attending college. So that's the environment I got used to. And but you know, as an ordinary teenager, you get to experience life on your own. You get to have those challenges growing up, and but eventually, somehow, I got steered into entering the academy, and that's where they straightened me out.
But if you had not gone into PMA, what would you have become?
I think I would be it's either probably in the corporate environment.
As a what? Working
As an engineer. As an engineer.
Engineer.
Because I was about to finish my engineering course in De La Salle when I entered PMA.
Was it your father who wanted you to go into PMA, or was it your own decision?
Ironically, he was the one discouraging me from entering because he knows that I was this laid-back teenager who was used to the good life, and he knows how difficult it is in PMA. So he was trying to make, initially was discouraging me. He was telling me that life there is very difficult, but when he realized that I was determined to go anyway, so he was very supportive, and he was the one supervising my my physical training.
You graduated cum laude. What's your favorite subject?
There's no favorite actually, but probably I can say that I got lucky in some mathematics subjects, in the sense that somehow the quest, or probably because of my background in engineering, I had 12 mathematics subjects in De La Salle, so it's advanced mathematics. Then when I got to PMA, you start to zero, which is not zero, but you go back to algebra. So probably
Easy. It was easy for you. Would you say you're a nerd or a geek during your time in college?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Which is why again I needed to be straightened out.
Do you still have your firearms you used when you were in the military?
I turned that over after the Oakwood incident. So that's. But then I got
Your own.
yes after I was released.
But you don't carry them anymore, or
I don't normally carry it outside.
Your projection actually, or your image actually, is more of a, hard-nosed politician because of your military background? Some say bordering on immodesty. Do you agree with this? And what is actually being done, if ever this is true or you accept this?
People who would get to know us personally will disagree with that perception that we are cocky or arrogant. Maybe in my mannerism sometimes I can look cocky, or maybe I am actually. But but whether I'm arrogant in person or not, I think people who know me would disagree.
So you always seem so cool and analytical and what are your quirks?
Quirks.
Yeah. Do you have any?
You see, that's one side that the public may have yet to see.
Yeah.
I'm actually the clown in the group.
Mhm.
Okay, and it's one of the leadership skills that we need to use, especially as those desperate or moments in detention. You need to lighten up the whole environment so that your people, your group can survive that those moments of despair.
You were trained with strict military discipline, strict follow the rules, obey the law, and then you were figured in a few mutinies. Ganyan. How did that change now that you are a senator on the side of the government?
Even though we were supposed to be under strict military discipline, the chain of command, but we're also taught in PMA to disobey unlawful orders. We're not robots. We have a conscience. We are part of our training was to discern what is right and what is wrong, and at least as far as the professional career is concerned. So that much was inculcated in us.
Strict discipline also extend towards how you treat your staff or in your family. Are you very strict?
No, actually I spoil my kids. And as to my staff, they've gotten used to how I deal with them. Sometimes I get get very strict, and we observe certain protocols. So they're getting used to that environment because part of the training is to accomplish the mission. Whatever the mission is, to accomplish it, there should be any alibis, because I wouldn't give that mission in the first place if I know that it cannot be done.
So your wife is also a PMA graduate,
Yes.
right? In the household, who has the higher rank? Who is the commanding officer in the household?
I think it's a sharing of responsibilities, and you see, when I got incarcerated for 7.5 years, I lost that opportunity to be a father for that period, and my wife took up that role, that dual role of being both the mother and the father to my kids.
How did you find the adjustment from being a senator from being a soldier to being a senator?
It's a totally different world from the world of politics. In the military, the people are very transparent. What you see is what you get. If they are mad about something or happy about something, they show it, and you can see it. In politics, it's different. You get blindsided a lot. You get stabbed in the front while smiling. So it's very difficult to get used to that. In the military, you hold on to somebody's word. In politics, you can't, even if you want to, because you end up being disappointed and frustrated.
In planning or in filing a bill, for instance, if you're interested in filing a bill, whom do you usually consult? Do you consult your wife? Do you consult your relatives, your friends, your constituents, priests? Is there any?
I was a public policy major in my master's in public administration, and that's principally the role of a policy analyst to come up with policy alternatives to address social problems. So it's principally my positions and my biases born out of the training as as a student of public policy. Then I consult with my senior staff. Then we incorporate everything. Then we push for a certain policy alternative, which is presented by the bills that we file.
As a member of the party or of the coalition, you are actually supposed to most probably always agree with the president. What will make you disagree with him?
If I believe that such a policy will be detrimental to the interests of the people, then,
Like what?
like for example, the K-12 program,
Okay.
I believe it's not good from a public policy perspective.
Mhm.
It will increase the burden to the parents, the teachers, and the students without having to attain the desired objectives.
This kind of stance or stand is more of stance from the heart or from the head?
A little of both, but it's an intellectual analysis of the whole policy.
How many? You have 3 children.
Yes, I had three. The youngest passed away.
Okay. So, how old is the eldest now?
15.
He is a son.
Yes.
What
The boy.
if, I'm not saying, well, what if you find out that he's gay?
Of course, you'd wish that he's not, but I think I'll accept it. I'm not the old school parent who would take out the whip and give some whipping. No. I'll just provide the necessary environment for my son. Then if he really goes into that direction, then what would you do as a parent? You just have to support and accept it.